Alrighty,
We're back.
welcome back to room 321.
I'm Abigail.
I'm Jess.
And this is our second episode. And we're doing this on a whim. I have class in like 40 minutes. I need to leave for class in 40 minutes.
Yes.
So, yeah. We're also sitting farther apart because I could hear myself in Jess's microphone while I was editing the last one. So, now we're like 6 feet apart.
Yes, we're scared of the vid.
Yeah. Cue that one song that country artist put out during COVID. You know what I'm talking about?
Luke
Yeah.
Combs?
He did 6 feet apart.
6 feet apart.
Yeah.
I
That
did
one.
not like it. I really liked
You really
it,
didn't?
but I didn't like it. Sometimes it comes on in my car and I'm like,
Skip.
and then I'm like, wait.
Next song.
Next, please.
Okay. We had a long weekend this weekend.
We did. It was Labor Day weekend. It was nice.
We had Monday off, no classes. I went to the lake with my family.
How did that go?
It was okay. It's really hard. One thing I will say about moving away. I'm like moving around. Hold on. One thing I will say.
Better situated. I'm sorry, guys.
You're good. I will say about being, moving away from home, going back to living with your family is really hard.
Mm-hmm.
You went home. I don't know if you got like a taste of it.
I went home. So, not to interrupt your weekend, but just a quick rundown of mine because mine was nowhere near as eventful.
Okay,
I've heard
yeah.
snippets of yours.
Yeah.
Hers is gonna be a longer story, so I'll just go ahead and knock mine out.
Knock that one out.
So on Friday, I went to class or whatever. I got out. I went to work. I worked 12 to 3, and then I went to my boyfriend. No, I went to my boyfriend's mom's house because on Saturday we were supposed to go hunting. And I've never been hunting. I'm really not that type of gal. I'm sure that's pretty obvious, but my boyfriend is. So we went hunting on Saturday, which was fine. I'm not a hunter. I really like animals.
Yeah.
I don't care that people hunt. I'm like, I actually think hunting is kind of attractive. But
just
like,
don't wanna watch the
I don't
animals
want to
die.
watch the animals die. And it was doves, and those are the birds of love. And I felt really bad about it. But anyway, so I went hunting on Saturday. It was fine. We were going to go to Athens that night, but I had restarted my period, and I was not feeling it. And so then on Sunday, we slept in, and then I went to work. And then I drove to Athens at 10 o'clock at night just to be with my boyfriend. We went to his best friend's house, and we drank, and we didn't go to bed till like 3:50, and then I woke up at 8 and had to drive back to Milledgeville for work. Then I worked, and then my mom was like, come home. And I wanted to see my parents. I have a really close relationship with them. But I did not want to drive again. I was so exhausted, but I felt so bad. So I drove home, and honestly, I think it would have been an experience like you had where it's weird to go back. I was so tired, though. I got home. I laid down on the couch, and I fell asleep.
Really?
Yeah, I slept. And then I woke up, and, like, we played categories. My best friend came over for a second to say hey and, like, drop some stuff off. She left, and we went to bed. And then I drove back for work.
Yeah, you were back early the next morning.
Yeah, on Monday I came back for work early. I had work again at like, I think 11 or something. And I did that. I worked, and then I don't remember what else I did Monday. What did I do on Monday?
I got back here at like 12. I think you came home.
Oh my God, no. I went to work on Monday. On Tuesday, I drove back.
Yeah, Monday night you went home.
Yeah, Monday night I went home. Tuesday I came back for class.
Because you didn't have a class super early in the morning on Tuesday.
Yeah, guys, something about me is I literally work every day. Today's my only day off. I work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
We're trying to knock out the podcast now so we don't have to worry about it tonight or tomorrow night when she gets home, because that would be a pain in
it. Literally, like, I get home and I'm like, okay, I'm ready.
Keep rolling.
She's been laying in bed. She's like, okay, let's get started. And I'm like,
we have an agenda.
Yeah.
My weekend was eventful for sure. It's hard because, like, I'm here. I live with there's 4 of us. 4 girls living in this tiny little space together. We can do what we want, say what we want. We don't have to hide anything. Like, I just can do and say whatever I want, whenever I want. And going back to an environment where I do have to watch my tone, I have to, like, and I'm not saying I don't watch my tone around y'all, but, like, I'm not going to hurt your feelings as easily as I am my parents or my grandma or my aunt and uncle. But there was a lot of arguing for me and my grandmother, and I love her to death, like, whatever, but we just don't get along very quick. I don't even know how to say this. Like, no hate to Dixie, because I know she's going to listen to this, but, like...
What was the word you said a minute ago that was wrong?
Debacle.
I just had to bring that up really quick while it was so fresh on my mind. Abigail a minute ago was, like, the whole Zach Bryan debacle.
We will get into that.
We will get into that, but who the fuck says debacle? I've never heard that. Debacle.
I love that's how, like, that's what you're thinking about right
no,
now.
that's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, debacle.
Debacle?
It sounds like smackle. Or like spackle. Debacle.
Smackle?
Spackle. Spackle is what you put on walls, and smackle is from Girl Meets World.
Interesting.
She dated Farkle. Did you not watch that show?
I did, but it was a really long time ago.
That's weird. I rewatched it like a year ago.
Oh.
I watch I'm like really like I was a Disney Channel girl. Like I watched Jessie and Girl Meets World. Sweet
I
Life of
grew
Zack
out
and
of it
Cody.
really fast.
Not me.
I moved
You
on
were
to
like a
Vampire
Nickelodeon.
Diaries.
Oh my god, I
extremely early.
So did I, but like
Or Pretty Little Liars.
oh my god, same. But something else about me. I always say that. Something about me. Why can I not find another phrase? I always go back to shows I've already watched. It's like a comfort thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be heartbroken. Like I was already heartbroken once.
Pride and Prejudice probably about 30 times.
I haven't seen it, but I've
I will
watched
watch
Vampire
that
Diaries
forever.
probably 35 times. Like, I'm not kidding all the way through.
Yeah.
Like,
that's impressive.
no, I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Yeah. And, like, every once in a while, I'll go to the first episode, then the last episode, and just watch those 2 episodes. Or I'll go to, like, the motel one.
Yeah.
Dinner
I
Lane.
love that
Or, like,
episode.
whenever Stephen and Caroline find out she's, like, the sire bond.
Yeah.
I do go to those a lot.
Those are
I
good
love
ones.
those. Yeah.
What was I talking about?
Sorry.
We got
I'm
off
sorry.
topic.
You were talking
Which
about the
is-
lake this
yeah.
weekend.
That was nice. I mean, there's nothing much to it other than that. I left. We cleaned up. I saw Avery. Saw Avery's friend. That was nice.
You know, though, while we were dove hunting, we talked about it a little bit last week about how me and my boyfriend don't fight. And we don't fight. We still haven't fought. But we almost did. I guess, and it was kind of PTSD because my dad used to take me fishing and yell at me when I talk or anything. And I'd be, like, so upset by it because, as you guys can tell, just by how I'm talking right now, I'm a talker.
We're both talkers.
I talk a lot.
That's why I don't hunt.
Yes, exactly.
I would love to do it once.
So we went hunting, and before we went, I asked him, I was like, do I have to be quiet? And he's like, no, dove hunting's not like a hunt you have to be
It's
quiet
like deer
for.
hunting or
like when we go
anything like that.
deer hunting, you will. And I was like, when we...
What do you
Okay.
mean?
So, I'm not watching Bambi die. But anyway, so we go, and, like, I'm so bored. I'm literally sitting there, and so I put my AirPods in, I'm listening to Zach Bryan, I'm like... And he's like... I could tell he, like, got upset. I was like, what's wrong? And he's like, nothing, you're not talking to me. So I take my AirPods out, and I'm talking to him. And I'm, like, asking him stupid questions. Like, what's your favorite fast food restaurant? And, like, where do you want to live when you're older? And stupid stuff.
It's like you're on your first date.
Yeah, literally. It's, like, I don't know why. Like, I was doing that, but I was so bored. And then, like, he wasn't listening to me. And it's my pet peeve when people don't listen to me.
He left you unheard.
He left, as I say. I always say that. Like, they'll be around. I'm like, he's leaving me unheard right now. And he'll leave me unheard. And I was like, okay. So I got pissed off. And then he yelled at me for something. Like 2 or 3 times. And he's never, ever caught an attitude with me like that. And I know it was because we were hunting. And, like, that's such a man thing to do.
It's a blue thing.
It's a blue chore. And that's fine. But I was like, so... He did it the 3rd time he did it. He was cleaning the doves, and he touched his face while he had blood
that's
on his
gross.
leg. And I literally was like, Case, do not touch your face. That's disgusting. And he was like, he yelled and was like, no, it's not. You're not used to this, but I am. And I was like,
word.
And I simply walked away. And he was like, Jess, I'm sorry. And I was like, no.
No.
And I walked away. We ate dinner. We left his aunt's house, and going to the truck, he was like, Jess, I'm really sorry. Like, what's wrong? And I was like, Case, if you yell at me again, I swear to God, I'm going to go home. And he was like, no, I'm so sorry. And I felt bad for saying it. Because
she pulled the home card.
He never yells at me or anything, like, ever.
Yeah.
But, like, I know it was because we were hunting. He was frustrated because they didn't get a lot. But I was, like, still, like, pissed off about it. But that really does bring up, like, the men in my life. Like, we just did not get along.
I'm surprised I didn't get anything. Because I was talking to I was talking to a friend and they had
Where are they from?
80 to 90. I'm sure they were somewhere in Noonan.
Yeah, because Milledgeville and Eatonton got hit by the storm.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
They got...
Because Eatonton's only 30 minutes from here.
Yeah. Anyway. But that is for real about the PTSD and shit you get from other male experience.
Yes. I don't have amazing men in my life. Anyway.
I had my grandfather.
Yeah,
for
y'all
sure.
were really close.
We were super close. He was like the father figure when I didn't really have one. But my stepdad's amazing. Like, shout out to Jacob because that motherfucker is the sucker raising everyone else's kids.
I don't tell my stepdad a lot because, like, he gets a little weird about it and, like, awkward and, like, wants a hug and stuff. But, like, he is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love my stepdad so much. He does so much for me. He's so nice. Like, he paid for all of my volleyball, like, all of that stuff. And whenever my dad wasn't around, he really stepped in. And I gave him no credit at the time because I hated him.
Oh, my, I hated my stepdad at first.
I hated my stepdad. I used to just, like, go on and on and on about how much I hated him.
Are you super territorial?
Yeah.
That was my issue.
I was territorial over my sister.
Yeah, I was like, this is my mother.
It wasn't my house. My mom. I didn't really care about my mom. My mom and my dad weren't that close anyway.
Well, my parents fought all the time, my real parents. But when Jacob stepped in, I had a really hard time accepting the fact that someone else was going to be in the house on the regular. I was like, this is my stuff, my area, this is mine.
Mine was like, he would tell my sister to do something, and I'd be like, no.
Don't talk to her.
Don't talk to her. Don't speak to her.
Don't
I know you're paying rent. I know you're living here, but no. Do not speak to her. Bitch.
Avery had an easier time accepting the fact that there was going to be a new man. But what helped with that, like, Jacob took me to school every morning because at this point Avery and I were still in different schools, so my mom would take Avery and he would take me to school, and like we would just talk every morning, and it made it easier for me to actually accept that. And now, like, I'm closer to him than I am my mom.
If my stepdad took me to school, it would be silence.
Really?
Yes, I did not like him at all. Number one, he smoked. Yes, I don't care about vaping. I vape, but like, smoking cigarettes to me, unless you're drunk, you're gross. And I'm allergic to cigarettes. I'm allergic to cigarettes? Yes. So, like, I was like, no, we're not going to do that. And, like, we were not well off. Like, me and my family were not well off at all. And I was like, you're not spending our money on cigarettes. And I was
laying
like
down the law.
I was like 10 years old, and I was like, I told him straight up, and he's like, okay, and he quit.
Really?
Yes. He had smoked for a long time, and he quit. And my mom and I, and like, I'm pretty sure my sister did too. Like, we all told him. We were like, no. Not here, buddy.
Our money
not here, buddy boy.
That's impressive.
And he quit. But every once in a while, I'll catch him with a vape, and I'm like, Sir? Security?
Security. Oh my god. Another, like, okay, the shark on my back.
Yeah.
I got tattooed. It's matching with my stepdad, but it's also matching with my uncle.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to my uncle, too. Because he's real, for sure. Like, every time I get into some kind of feud, it happens every vacation. Me and my grandma get into it over something. And usually it's because I get my feelings really hurt about something that she says. And that's just me being super sensitive. I am a very sensitive person. I take things to heart very quickly. Mm-hmm. But she usually will say something and it'll set me off. And, like, once I'm set off, there's no recovering. Like, it's over at that point. And I don't know what it is, but he has a real way of calming me down. Like, I don't know. He's probably just like...
Your stepdad?
No,
or
my
your
uncle. He literally will have a conversation with me and I'm usually fine afterwards. Like, it happened at the lake and I had a great night after he laid down the law a little bit.
I really don't have... It's like my stepdad, and then, like, my dad and I are on okay terms now, but we weren't before. So I'd really say, like, the only guy in my life that I'm really close with is probably my stepdad and, like, my stepdad's dad.
Yeah.
Like, even my grandfather, like, on my, like, mom's side, we're really not that close. I grew up in North Carolina, and they're still there.
Mm-hmm.
But even as a kid, we weren't that close. So I really only have my stepdad.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of male figures.
My dad's still around, kind of, but...
My dad's around. Like, he's a night. Like, we used to have a really bad relationship. Like, he forgot my birthday a couple years. Mm-hmm. And, like, he was just not good. Like, he was favoriting my sister a lot and all this stuff, but, like, he's gotten better.
Yeah.
He definitely tries harder now.
I think my dad is trying to try harder, but I don't think that he has the emotional capacity to do so. And this is, like, we're kind of airing it all out on the internet right now. But
Oh, my God.
I've had a lot of trouble with keeping a healthy relationship with my dad. Like, he and I don't know if it's because we're too similar or because we're not anything alike, but he and I butt heads like nobody's fucking business. And it's just, like, there's nothing I can do about it.
Something about it is, like, I don't know if it's your dad, too, but one of the reasons why we can't is because my dad would nitpick the little things. Like, what bathing suit I was wearing.
So that's my grandma. That's why we don't get along.
If I wouldn't wear a jacket when it was cold.
Yeah.
If I was wearing, like, shorts whenever I should have been wearing jeans.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't want to go to church one Sunday. If I, like, it was the little things. Or, like, I really hated my grandma for a long time. My dad's mom. And it was, like, I didn't want to go over there because he lives with his mom. Like, he takes care of her.
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't want to go over there because I hated his mom. And it was, like, that stuff. And it was just little things. But it meant so much to me. Like, it meant a lot to me whenever we were at the beach. And I was, like, just having fun. And he'd be like, oh, that bathing suit. And I'd
Oh,
be
my
like,
God. My
then
grandma does that.
When my sister got a tattoo, started getting tattoos, he was calling her names for it. And then when he found out my belly button was pierced, he called me a whore. Yeah, and so it was, like, a big deal. And I was like, oh, thanks, Dad. I'm going to make sure to come see you more then. And all my uncles were
Love
there.
you so much.
And they were like, Jason, like, this is why they don't come and see. And I was like,
pretty much.
I'm so pissed off, but I don't care. I'll get tattoos and I'll be like, look what I got. And he's like, you. And I'm like, I know, right? I love it. Like,
is the camera still rolling?
Yeah. I see ticks.
I'm just making sure.
That'd be
It's making me nervous, like it did last time.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. Dad's is a really tricky. It's a tricky thing to talk about.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't want to say too much and, like, regret something that I put out there
on the internet.
But I also don't want to be like, I mean, I want to be transparent. Like, it's my life. It's how I feel, whatever. Yeah. But, like, there was a lot that happened between me and my dad. And I think he doesn't, not that he doesn't like me, but I think that he and I butt heads because between me and Avery, I'm the one who's going to give him hell over the little things.
That was my thing. My dad used to make comments about my mom and stuff because I'm going to be completely transparent, Mom, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. My mom cheated on my dad.
Yeah.
And with Nick, like my stepdad.
Yeah.
And everything. What? And so, like, but my dad used to, like, make comments about it.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister would just sit there and, like, let it happen. And I'd stand up for her and I'd stand up for, like, me and I'd stand up for Katie. And Katie would just sit there.
Right.
And let him talk however he wanted. And so we butt heads a lot because I'll stand up and say something.
I remember my dad, like, when my dad cheated on my mom, like, that's just, like, Dad, I'm really not sorry for airing that out. Like, whatever. Don't be a fucking idiot. But, he said something. He did not agree with my little sister going to private school. And Avery had a really hard time in public school. Like, there was a while when all of her teachers wanted to put her on ADHD meds. And that's just not something my mom wanted for Avery. Mm-hmm. Like, she doesn't have ADHD. She has a hard time really engaging with that form of class structure. So we put her in private school to kind of see if a smaller class size would help. And he had so much to say about that. And he's like, all my friends that went to private school got everything handed to them and they're just pieces of shit and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, it is a little bit. Right. Like, shut the fuck up. But, like, he and I got in a not knockdown, drag out because there was no swinging. But we screamed at each other in the car because he made some comment about it. And I got out of the car and did not go back to his house. I was supposed to go spend the weekend there. And I was like, Mom, I'm not going. Like, he can't talk to me like that and then expect me to want to come see him all the time. And then it was like his birthday was on the 1st. And, like, I feel really bad talking about it because I don't want him to think that I'm just airing everything out, even though I kind of am. But he texted me after moving, and I took a couple days to respond because we had so much going on. Moving day was crazy.
Yeah, we talked about that.
We had book schedules after that too. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't respond until like 3 days later because that's when we finally got to sit down and breathe. And after that, pretty much radio silence. had not heard from him. And all of a sudden he was asking if I was coming home for his birthday. And I was like, I don't know. Like, we already... No. Uh-oh. We're still recording. Okay.
What does that mean?
What is going on right now? Like, Jessica's computer just made a weird ass screen for anybody. Why do I do that?
It's like 3
I literally
syllables, guys.
only do that on here.
On my legs. Jessica. Just Jess.
Just Jess. I don't know why I only do that on here.
Just Jess.
Just Jess. Sorry. I'm working on that.
Yeah. Shake that off.
Her computer made a weird screen.
It did.
But he was asking me if I was coming home, and I was like, listen, like, I'm going to the lake. I don't want to drive 2 hours back home and then turn around and drive 2 hours to the lake.
Yeah.
So why don't I just do the 40 minutes to the lake, and I'll catch up with you next time I'm home.
Catch you on the flip, buddy.
Yeah. See you in a couple weeks.
I wouldn't say my dad's relationship and I, though, really affected my relationships, honestly. I know it affects yours because, like, I was thinking about it earlier. I've been in a relationship consistently since I was 14 or 15.
Really?
Yeah, I think I've, like, had a boyfriend for Christmas or Valentine's Day or something every year since I was 14 or 15, which sounds really bad, but, like, my ex and I were only together for 3 months, and then I talked to people for a while, and then me and my ex-boyfriend were together, you know, for a while time, 2.5 years, and now me and Case. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god.
And it was getting juicy.
I know it was getting juicy. Pause that thought. Don't pause your recording though.
Okay. I really hope y'all could see that. I was so unhappy. Like, getting into a healthy relationship after such an unhealthy one is so healing for the soul.
See, I can't do that because I project. So I got out, like, me and my ex, we were together for 2 years off and on, and, like, there was some stuff that went on. Like, it was really messy coming from both ends.
Yeah.
And if I had hopped into a relationship immediately after, I would have been so insecure.
Whenever we broke up, I cried the first day it happened because I was embarrassed because it happened at the beach in front of everyone. After that, I did not cry another time.
Really?
Until prom, just because I wasn't going and I didn't have a date. But other than that, I did not cry a single time. I was so unhappy and so ready to be out of that relationship.
Well, then good for you that you got out. I know.
Like, I think I was just stuck. Like, it was like a thing where it was like everyone told me, like, we were going to last forever, so I thought we were.
Right.
But, like, he literally cheated on me, and I laughed, and I just kept moving on with our relationship. Like, be for real.
So y'all really were just friends.
We really were just, like, I laughed it off. I was like, LOL.
LOL. Can't believe you did that. Anyways, moving on.
Moving on. But, yeah,
That's
I mean,
crazy.
I don't really have a lot of men in my life. Me and my brother, I hate my brother.
Really? Oh, my God. Can we talk about Zach Bryan?
That is my real daddy.
Fuck Ticketmaster, though.
That's my baby daddy.
I love you, Zach Bryan. I will marry you tomorrow.
Oh, my God.
Fuck
I love
Ticketmaster.
him so much. You know who he's dating?
Brianna Chicken Fry from Barstool. I love it.
You know who else is dating that's surprising me? We talked about it this morning.
Kylie Jenner. Yeah. I love that, though.
I don't.
I kind of like it.
I think it's stupid.
Well, I really do think she might get back together with Travis.
I do
but
too.
Like,
that's
for
why
while we're waiting.
While we're waiting, a fun little tidbit, I guess.
Right. Did you see the video of them?
Zach.
Did you see the video of Kylie
at the Beyonce concert?
Yeah.
They were all over each other.
They're kind of cute, though.
I don't think so. It looks like... What is the age gap?
He
looks really young. Isn't he young? He just got famous a couple years ago.
No, he's been famous, though.
Why didn't you just say into Siri how old is Timothy Chalamet?
I apologize for not doing that.
It's fine. She's not tech
advanced. How old
like
is
me.
Timothy Chalamet? 27.
How old is Kylie Jenner?
How old is Kylie Jenner?
26.
It's only he's older than her.
I did not.
What the fuck? Maybe it's because she's so womanly.
She's a self-made billionaire. Who's your favorite Kardashian? / Jenner.
Ooh. I want to say Khloe.
Me too.
I love her.
I love Khloe.
But I
actually like
Kim too. Okay.
I don't like if I had to do a list, it'd be like Khloe and Kim would be pretty close together. Chris, I really love Chris.
Kylie.
Kendall.
Nuh-uh.
Okay, she actually moved down because she's friends with Hailey Bieber.
Yeah.
So probably like Kylie, Courtney Kendall.
But also so is Kylie.
I honestly, Kylie, Courtney, and Kendall, I don't love.
I don't love them either.
Sorry. I'm
Courtney-
never going to see this. And I'm like, Phil, I'm
You're
about to
like,
get
I'm
canceled.
so sorry.
I'm about to get
because-
canceled.
No.
Like,
I'm anyone who's friends with Hailey Bieber automatically is on my
hate
shit list.
Hailey Bieber. I love Selena Gomez.
Mm-hmm.
I like watched a lot of the drama that happens. I usually just join a bandwagon and stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do any research about it. Hailey Bieber, I did the research. I hate
I
her.
did too. I hate her too.
I love Selena
She's
Gomez.
a bitch.
She's a bitch. Like, you were making fun of Selena.
Mm-hmm.
You were.
You were.
Mommy Selena? No.
My camera's gonna die now too.
Oh,
wow, this
no.
is great.
Well, we have like 10 more minutes.
I know. I want to talk about Ticketmaster today though. If it dies, it dies.
Okay. Go ahead.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
We signed up for Zach Bryan's pre-sale
A couple days ago.
a couple days ago. Got our pre-sale
It was like a week ago.
things. Yeah, it was a couple days. But we got in the queue. I'm in class doing this.
I'm leaving class.
We passed each other while we were getting
I'm
into the
like,
queue.
ready? She said, ready.
So I made the silly mistake of trying to transfer from my phone to my computer. Got slid way back in the queue.
No.
Had 30,000 people in front of me and waited 50 minutes until I got in the queue. 50 minutes is how long my class is. So I'm buying tickets during class change in the hallway, like in the floor in the hallway, sitting, putting my card information in. I had 3 tickets in my cart for the pit. My timer runs out.
I didn't even know there was
Kicks
a
me out.
timer. Did it show on your phone that there was a timer?
No, it was like the top little screen of my computer that had a countdown. You could
Okay.
only spend like
I
7 minutes
didn't
in the
see a
cart.
timer on my phone, but I got onto the. I was ahead of her. I got on pretty quick. I was on it by like 10:20 probably.
Yeah.
I get on. My roommate Mariah, she was on it before me. She couldn't find any.
Yeah, no, they were all gone.
They were like, sorry, another fan. Sorry, another fan. I get on there. I'm pressing everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even
I
looking
was
at the price
hitting
anymore.
buttons.
I'm pressing buttons. I'm like, where are these tickets? They're all gone.
My pit tickets were gonna cost me $1,600.
But then I was like just curious, and I pressed on really expensive ones. That didn't even work.
They were gone.
They
too.
were gone. And if you got further enough to get to checkout, most likely by the time you press checkout, oops, sorry, there was an inconvenience or whatever.
There was an inconvenience, or you wasted too much time.
Yeah.
Which is so stupid. Ticketmaster, I fucking hate you.
So I tried to get in pre-sale for Knoxville, and it was probably 11 something by then, maybe later, 11:50 by then. By the time I got to class at like 11:10. I got in line 11:50 by the time I got up to line. Got into the pre-sale, it kicked me out. So we don't have tickets.
Yeah.
We're going to try again later this week whenever they come out.
They have another general admission sale Friday, and Zach announced that they're adding more tour dates to kind of compensate for demand. But I'm really upset.
I don't even know what to do. And like, they're really expensive this year.
They were not that expensive last year, but it's also because he went from Gas South to Mercedes-Benz in less than a year.
Yeah. And like, that's great. I'm so proud.
Great for
Daddy's
him.
Like, Daddy
Makes it really...
Daddy Zach, but like...
It's so great for him, but it's
I
really
hate
inconvenient for
Ticketmaster.
me. I don't like Ticketmaster either.
I hate Ticketmaster. Their taxes are more than the tickets.
Yeah.
I went to Jason Aldean. You went to Jason Aldean too. But I went before we knew each other. I went to Jason Aldean with my boyfriend and my sister and my best friend and her boyfriend. I go on there. I buy, I believe it was just 2 tickets, me and my boyfriend's. The tickets were like $60 a piece. The total was close to $300.
Yeah, I know. They do all those stupid fees and everything.
That's
and you're like,
insanity.
yeah,
I was
it's
like,
ridiculous.
oh my God, like $60. Yeah, let's go. Like, check
Yeah,
out.
Chill.
$300.
That's how the nosebleeds were at Zach Bryan. They were like $80 for a seat of the nosebleeds. You go to checkout, it's $200
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's literally
But like,
so
also,
stupid.
I'm confused because Zach released an album that was literally titled "All My Homies Hate Ticketmaster." So why is he using Ticketmaster to sell his tickets now?
I didn't know that. But
Yeah, it's a whole live album from Red Rock.
I think it was because people were complaining about the other website he used, but everyone I've talked to has said that the other one was much better.
It was a breeze.
It was like
we got
5
4
minutes.
tickets for like $400.
In like 5 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My mom did it.
I don't know.
Or maybe it wasn't a surprise.
And then also, I don't want to say a name, but there was this one girl that literally posted that she got them, and it's someone I hate, and I just...
Well, it's people
salty.
that, like, I hate to be like this, and I know that I got annoyed with Taylor Swift fans who said this, but it's, like, the people who started listening to him maybe 3 weeks ago because they heard he was going on tour again.
Or the people that don't even listen to him at all.
Like, and I was literally, like, diehard fan when he, like, first got famous.
To Zach Bryan, then, like, you talk about it.
All the time.
All the time.
We have all 4 of his album posters hanging on the wall over there.
On the wall. And it's also, like, I'm not trying to be that bitch because I know, like, it's just a concert, whatever. But this girl that posted it, no, she's not a hardcore Zach Bryan fan. You're a waste of space.
You're a waste of my queue.
Of my.
First of all.
You were one number that didn't have to be in the line.
Get out of the pit.
Get out of the pit. I'm going to be in the pit.
I'm going to be in the pit.
Do you ever watch the culture significant
Yeah, it just died. It's fine.
Cultural significant moments that have, like, altered your brain history. Nina. Seen that. Nina. That's one of my favorite. Or, I'm finna be in the pit.
I'm finna be in the pit. Have you seen the guy that, like, that surfer that's getting interviewed? And he's like, talking about the waves. And he's like, you a flip back, whoopah. And you just get fucking pitted, dude. Have you not seen that?
No. Have you seen the one with Addison Rae where they're like, Addison, stay hydrated. And she goes, hydrated.
Oh my god.
And they said, no, stay hydrated. She's like, drated? I'm confused. I don't like her.
I don't like her either.
I don't like the D'Amelios anymore. Who?
Selena Gomez.
Oh my god, no.
That bitch that, like, there was a rumor she, like, sexually assaulted.
Right.
Yeah, and I totally believe him.
I don't know. I don't really follow them anymore. I don't follow any of them. I don't like the D'Amelios. I don't like Addison. Only people I like are, like, Josh Richards and Bryce Hall. I like them.
I really like Josh. I listen to the podcast that he's on.
So do I. With
Dave
Brianna.
Portnoy.
Yeah.
Portnoy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I love Brianna Chicken Fry.
I love her.
She's amazing.
Call her daddy.
That's another podcast.
Yes, it was hers.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It was Alex.
It's Alex Cooper.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I get them confused sometimes.
Alex Cooper. I was raised on Call Her Daddy.
Sorry. I'm messed up.
Yeah, it's okay. Just don't let it happen again.
I'm sorry. I love BFFs though. BFFs is really good.
BFFs is really good.
I love.
Also,
what's her
like,
name? What's her?
Who?
The girl she does BFFs with, Grace.
That's her other podcast. BFFs is Dave Portnoy, Josh Richards, and
okay.
Brianna.
Well, the one
and then she does a different one with
Grace. I love
Grace.
Grace is so funny.
She's so funny.
I was listening to their podcast the other day about how this girl came up to them about how they got into a fight, and this girl came up to them and, like, took a picture with Brie and not Grace, and because they didn't know Grace. If I saw them both in public and I could only pick one to take a picture with, it might be Grace.
Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, might be Brie because she's, like, kissed Zach Bryan.
Right.
Probably done more with Zach Bryan, but I don't want to think about it and get my heart broken.
Yeah, I know. Don't talk about my husband like that.
But I love Grace.
Yeah, they're funny. Also, have you listened to Mean Girls with, what's her name? Alex and Jordan?
No.
That's my favorite.
I don't listen to podcasts that often, but I do
have to watch
love
them on
ours.
my computer. I know, I love ours.
It's super cute and funny. Yeah, I don't like to listen to them in my car. I like to watch them. Like,
yeah, I know. Do you, Zan and Heath Unfiltered? Were you a David Dobrik fan?
I used to. I was a David Dobrik
So
fan.
I've listened to their podcast since they've started.
Where are the vlogs, David?
Oh, God. I'm pissed.
Where are the vlogs?
I will go back and, like, rewatch them all the time.
You know who I loved?
Who?
Liza and David.
I loved Liza and David.
They were meant to be. I'll say that till the day I die. I don't care that you told me to stop, David. I don't care. They were meant to be.
I love Heath and Mariah. Liza, I really think that Liza Koshy fell off the face of the earth.
I mean, doesn't she still host the Met?
I have no clue. I literally have not seen her face since probably 2019.
I think she hosted it last year and the year before. Or maybe Vogue, or maybe the Grammys.
I think she's, like, getting into journalism, maybe.
Liza
like
Koshy?
Interviews and stuff.
That's weird.
Because I always, if I do
see
see her, it's that she's interviewing somebody on a red carpet.
You know who else I watched really avidly as a kid and now I, like, really don't like because, like, they're annoying me?
Who?
Nikki and Gabby.
Fuck Nikki and Gabby, bruh.
Dude, I like Gabby. She broke up with her boyfriend, which is
Yeah.
really upsetting. I love them together, but like, do what's best for you, girl.
Were they not engaged?
They were.
Oh.
They got unengaged and they stayed together, and then they broke up.
Why'd they stay together if they weren't engaged
I don't
anymore?
remember. I think that's what happened. Like, they got too busy and they were like, we need to like push this off or something like that.
Weird.
But Nikki, her and her boyfriend broke up, Nate. I didn't like her and Nate together anyway. I felt bad for Nate. And Nikki just causes so many problems.
Did I just set my phone up right here in video?
Yeah, but we have like 5 minutes where there's no video.
Oh my god, I need to leave in 3 minutes.
Oh my god.
Alright, I'm putting the video back on for the outro because I do have to get up and go to class.
She does. This was a very unproductive video.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing.
We did not have a lot of structure today.
We might have to redo it.
Anyway, listen on Spotify.
Subscribe
Please
to our YouTube.
Follow the Spotify. Watch the YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube. Follow
to
the
our
Instagram. Follow the TikTok. Repost everything.
Kiss me on the lips. I'm just kidding.
Girl. Anyway. We're both tired. Today was messy. Zach Bryan, we love you. Hate you, Ticketmaster.
Zach Bryan, if you see this, please send us tickets.
Yeah, please. Hi, P.
Pretty.
Put me in the pit.
I'm finna be in the pit.
Better be in a pit. All right.
Nina.
Anyways, I'm Abigail.
I'm Jess.
And this was Welcome to Room 321.
You don't even know the name of
No,
our
I don't know.
podcast.
It's fine. Anyways, bye.
Good night,
Can we
ladies.
cheers.